It's just composure, keeping it together, not moping around or not panicking, and still keeping it kind of light and smiles on our faces. And we know where we are in the standings and what we need to do. And they, like even we had a couple good days of practice and great video today, and guys are just just good atmosphere, and they're having fun and keeping it, like I said, keeping it light and not gripping the stick, and just gonna go play a game at a time and see what we do.
There's a lot of games left too. I mean, that's got to help.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I told them. Listen, we're in pretty much every game. It says those mistakes we make that can be corrected easily. When we make those mistakes, it's in the back of our net. When other teams make mistakes on us, sometimes we don't get the bounce, or we just don't have the finish sometimes right now. So we just, like I said, we just got to keep plugging away here, and our specialty teams need to be better. Power play definitely, and PK's been good for us all year. Just lately we've let in a couple, but again, little mistakes, not clearing the puck or office-skating in. But I'm confident in these guys, and I think they're confident too that we can get out of the basement here and get a little stretch going together here.
With that being said, I mean, with all those mistakes and wanting to adjust, how valuable have these practice days been? You haven't had a whole lot here lately.
Well, the practice part of it's great, but the biggest thing is the video. Sitting down with them this morning and taking our time and showing them the clips, the mistakes that we're making. And the mistakes we're making are not based on skill bracket. These are correctable mistakes, and it's just maybe you take an extra stride or work a little harder to get that puck. Maybe not a turnover when we need it. Let's keep pucks alive, and like we always talk about, let's win the lines. And if we win the lines, and we have over the course of 3 periods, maybe 2 of the periods we win the lines, and that third period we stop, that's that third period or that period where we lose the game. So they know that. I think my point was clear with video today, and we just got to go and lay it out on the line.
Nice stretch at home coming up here. What are you looking forward to about that? And do you think this is something that could maybe kind of springboard you for the last couple months of the season?
Well, anytime you can take advantage of your home ice, it's great. And I like the fact that even though they're home games, we have some time to practice too. It's not like they're, on top of each other and we don't have that practice time. But we'll rest them as we need. But I like the fact that we have a couple days in between some games here, a stretch of games where we can actually sit down like we did today and show some video and show the mistakes, or even show the positive stuff too.
You talked about maybe bringing in some new faces or whatever it took to kind of get some competition inside within your roster. Have you looked into that? Is there anything that can be done at this point?
It's not worth doing it right now. I think me saying that was a little frustration on my half, but it was also true, where we need to bring some guys in and have extra bodies here, which gives a little competition, a little push for the guys that maybe not quite getting it right now or not getting it done. So it will be done eventually, but I think just with this 2 games at home, we got All-Star break, other teams are on breaks, and there's no point of bringing them up. But after the break, that's when we'll sit down and go over the situation we're in and see who's available.
Being where you're in, does the All-Star break and having that break frustrate you, or is it a good thing to have the break, knowing that you want to have more practice times and more times to work, but all of a sudden you have a pretty lengthy gap of time between your games?
Well, let's see how the weekend goes. Then I'll tell you if I want the All-Star break or not. No, that's the message on the ice after was All-Star break starts after these 2 games. It doesn't start today. So I'd like to see us come out with some points. If we can get some points out of these 2 games and then enjoy a little break where maybe some of those injured guys are a little bit closer, and some of our guys that play a lot of minutes are rested up and ready to go when we come back. Because when we come back, that's when we have to hit the ice running here and make a push.
With Campbell heading off to the All-Star game, what has he meant to this team, especially being a veteran among a kind of younger defenseman group?
Well, that's it. We don't have a lot of vets back there on D, so his presence has been huge for us on the ice and off the ice, locker room stuff, and he's helped obviously with the forwards also. So I think last year and previous years I've coached, you always have that good 3 or 4 veteran groups, older guys have been around, maybe played some NHL, but now are in the minors looking to try to get back up. And you know, it's been huge. So, you know, Davidson being out doesn't help. He's got a little bit of veteran presence that helps too with our young D. But right now, we're just, like I said, the young guy has got to mature quick, and here's a chance for them to play some hockey, play some key minutes, and we'll go from there.
You were frustrated with some of the veterans the other night after the loss. You said you got video sessions in today. Has there been one-on-one time? Have you brought some guys in and talked and been able to air things out?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's not like it's, you know, you and the wife argued and then you got to make up with her the next day. I think it was more of just me venting, being frustrated myself as a coach, but then I had a chance to talk to these guys and you know, show them a few clips where, you know, they know they got to be better. That's why they're veterans. They know what they need to do and what they need to bring, and they're frustrated too, and I get that. But they understand where we're at, and they know they need to pick up the pace a little bit, be a little more consistent. And I thought we had some good talks individually, and we had good talks with the team, and I think we're in a good place right now.
You mentioned David being out. Is this a long-term thing? Because it feels like he just got here and could maybe bring a little added veteran presence to that back line.
Seems like all these guys that come down, or they get something wrong with them with their hips or groins, or maybe I'm playing them too much. And yeah, he's going to be fine. This is actually a good time for the All-Star break to happen for him. So he needs to be rest, stay off the ice, and strengthen his hip flexor or groin, whatever it is, and just work it that way. It doesn't need to be out there skating. So after the break, we'll see where he's at, but I'm sure he'll be back pretty soon.
Saturday's Autism Awareness Night. Have you gotten to meet or interact with any of the people that this night kind of helps and benefits?
Yeah, with Emily and her mom, and we've done stuff with the baskets over the last couple of years I've been here, and they're nice, they're great people, and they're part of the fan club, the booster club, and you know, I was just talking to them yesterday when they come to practice and handing out the pins and all that. But I think it's great. I think it's a great cause. I always like putting my little basket together, but I get the jersey thing's going to be huge. So yeah, you know, anytime we can do something like that and help, whether it's, you know, cancer awareness or it's this, I think it's great, and the guys should feel pretty proud about it, because, you know, it's a nice donation we can give them.